And here we are in lesson 5. We're going to be learning about some basic music reading terms. Just want to show you what we're using here. What you see on screen is part of a program I use to write music called Finale. And we're going to be using this program whenever we do our music theory, music reading components of the class. We're going to start reading music next week. We're going to start learning the names of our notes in both the treble and the bass clef. So I want to just introduce you to some basic terms here. First of all, you see over here, this is the treble clef. You see I'm putting my mouse over it. It says treble clef right here. You see that this is called the bass clef. And notice that the treble clef is above the bass clef. This is very, very common in piano music to have the treble above the bass. Just think about this when you're sitting at the piano. When you sit at the piano, your right hand is above your left hand. Obviously, the right hand can play the higher notes. The bass clef can more easily reach the lower notes. I'm sure most of you have had stereos before. You know that the treble adjusts the higher frequencies and the bass adjusts the lower frequencies. So everything you see in here, you see these are all called notes, is going to be played by the right hand, which is in the treble clef. These notes down here are going to be played by the left hand in the bass clef. Okay? I'm sure all of you have pretty much seen notes before. Don't worry right now about what the names of these notes are or how you play this. This is just a little sample song I put together. Now, one last concept to learn about music reading. This is measure 1, measure 2, measure 3, and measure 4. You see these little lines here. There's a line. There's a line. There's a line. There's a line. These lines divide up any song, any piece of music into small little components. There are many reasons for this. Probably the best reason would be that it makes it easy for musicians to rehearse music together. If you were going to play a really, really, really long piece of music with several musicians, you may say, hey, let's start in measure 20. Let's maybe start in measure 30. There are other reasons for measures. We're going to show those a little bit later. But just for now, just know how to count measures. This is 1, measure 2, measure 3, measure 4. All of these things down here are called notes. These are notes up here. This is the treble clef here. This is the bass clef here. Okay, this is the shortest assignment you're going to get. Most of our music reading assignments after this first lesson are going to be a little bit longer. So what I would do on this day is just kind of learn what we've learned here and then go back and maybe play some of your songs in the right hand, play your song in the left hand, and really, really, really get to know those 5 notes we've learned: the C, the D, the E, the F, and the G. This concludes lesson 5 of the first, well, actually lesson 5 of the first sequence. Basically, you're going to be getting lesson 2, part 1 in a few days, depending on when you're receiving these lessons. Thank you.